Hello everyone, welcome to some more horrific news. Right, looks like we're getting a new tabletop skirmish game based on the RPG Mutant Year Zero. If you remember a while ago, I did an unboxing of the game and it looks really good. I just have not had a chance to play it yet. We've got that much going on with the Wednesday group that we haven't got around to actually playing it yet, but really looking forward to it. It's by Free League, the same company that makes the Alien RPG game, so we use a lot of similar beats and it's a really good role-playing system. I'm looking forward to that when I actually do get a chance to play the game and have a look at it. But anyway, for those of us that might be looking for alternatives to a certain workshop of games that's kind of shot itself in the foot recently, this might be an alternative. So anyway, let's dive into the article and have a look. Mutant Year Zero's chaotic miniature skirmish game from the designer of Necromunda gets a summer release date. God, I remember Necromunda first came out. By Tusk, Feather and Scavenged Sniper Rifle. 18 months after the initial announcement, the Swedish tabletop RPG Mutant Year Zero would be translated into a miniature skirmish game. Mutant Year Zero Zone Wars has opened pre-orders ahead of June 4th release date. Zone Wars takes the post-apocalyptic world and characters of the Mutant RPG, which is most recently revamped as Mutant Year Zero by tabletop publisher Free League Publishing, and pits them against each other in small-scale battles. Each player will control a band of stalkers patrolling the zone. Big Strelatsky brothers inspiration here for artifacts and resources that might sustain their communities for a bit longer. Starting factions include mutated humans, whose heightened abilities coincide with warped physical forms, animals who have gained sentience and culture all of their own, and robotic entities who either long replaced their flesh with metal or found the spark of consciousness amongst their older circuitry. A menacing new power wants to keep them from transforming the world back into a promised dawnland, but everyone's too busy fighting over scraps to notice. Forgive me if I butcher these names. Free League's Thomas Hornstan and Nels Carlin teamed with Necromunda and Warhammer fantasy battle designer Andy Chambers to create a rule set. A press release described as embracing mayhem and emergent narrative to create a fun and fast-flowing experience. Zone Wars will use a pool of 6-sided dice, similar to the Year Zero engine, powering many of the RPGs. Players will need to roll at least 1 6 to hit their opponents, and every figure can push for more successes, and thus more damage and better effects, if they don't mind risking their cobbled together and delicate equipment. Andy Chambers, there's a name I have not heard in years. Yeah, he's big noise back in the day, and God, in the 90s. Yeah, he was responsible for Necromunda. Yeah, Necromunda is the sort of 40k, and then you had Mordenheim, which was the fantasy version, just the skirmish game. Yeah, God, there's a blast from the past. It's interesting that his name's popping up now when all this is going on. And for those of you that live under a rock, Games Workshop, the creators of Warhammer 40,000, decided to get involved in the culture wars at this point when everyone's just fed up with it. So that was a clever move, and they've just annoyed everybody. Even so much so that their CFO recently dumped 2/3 of their stock and resigned. So that kind of tells you where Games Workshop's going. Not their good place. These people never learn. So it might be worth, if you're into gaming of this sort, let's start looking at the alternatives. There's been no stop of creativity and folks bringing out new games. One I've just looked at recently there is One Page Rules, and basically it's you buy the STL files and the book, which is literally one page. Actually, you download the book for free, available in PDF, and crack on. And that seems to be the future of this stuff. And honestly, some of their models look really nice. Yeah, that's the future. It seems like the mega corporation hasn't got the memo, and I don't know, they've just watched every other company now getting into major financial trouble, spinning like crazy, attacking their customer base, and yeah, that's good. But once again, independent creators, folks getting together, making their own stuff, I'm always interested. Zone Wars also boasts a bespoke initiative system that takes activation out of the standard modes of either round robin or you go and I go trading off. The designers also want to keep early aggression from swinging matches too early, and have tried some powerful abilities to mutations and robotic enhancements. A loss can be turned in your favour quickly with smart thinking and use of radiation granted gifts. You might also let the environment do the work for you. Zone cards representing fallout, acidic weather, and other nasty conditions are drawn every round and affect all teams equally. The wasteland favours nobody. If you remember my unboxing and going through the rule set, there's a big thing in Mutant Year Zero called the Rot, and the longer you're out away from the arc, that affects you. And a bit like Alien, where you roll for stress, you roll for your mutations, and I think you roll for the rot and stuff setting in. So they're probably going to play that as well. Yeah, it's interesting. It also sounds a bit like if you see me take part in the Warriors of Krynn games over in Dragonlance Saga's channel, you know that at the start of every turn there's an event card pool, and 9.99 times out of 10, it's not going your way, and it's just something, an embuggerance you have to deal with. It sounds a bit like this, and you might get the odd bonus here and there, but just let you know that just being in the environment alone is nasty. So yeah, I'm liking that. It just makes it a difference from lining up two armies and bashing sticks together, bashing rocks, going roll dice, fight. It's good to bring the environment stuff into play. 2 main boxes will be available at launch, the core set and the Robots and Psionics expansion. Core boxes contain everything 2 players need to hit the ground stalking. 2 teams of 5 32mm miniatures, already assembled but unpainted, consisting of the Arc Mutants and GenLab Tribe. The 36x36-inch playmat, cardboard terrain, rulebook and ruler, and all the tokens, dice and other bits needed during play. 5 pre-written scenarios are included alongside the solo rules and character creation guidance if you want to bring your RPG creations into the gridded arena. Oh, that's right. So I see what they're doing here. They're effectively bringing the tabletop RPG into the wargaming, a bit like D&D, where you can have your dungeon crawls and lay it out and use miniatures. I think they're kind of bringing that in. Obviously, mainly aimed at in real life games, but I'm pretty sure that once this is out, digital versions will be available, only a matter of time. And so if you want to play online, I'm sure that option will become, as if this takes off, obviously, and gets a bit of traction. But yeah, it's always good. It's good to have one game and you can sort of take this thing off to the side and play it. It's like, I'll go back to my sessions when playing Shadow of the Dragon Queen. You have the role-playing game and then you use the Warriors of Krynn sessions to sort of resolve combat and major events, and then you go back to the role-playing game and deal with the fallout of what happened. So this might be going that direction, which I have no problem with. I enjoyed it. It's good to do that, and also takes you out of your particular adventure, go into a sort of area, play it out, and then you crack on with the main game. So yeah, I can see lots of potential for this. Or you just play it as a tabletop game on its own if you have no interest in doing the role-playing side of things. The Robots and Psionics expansion include 10 figures from 2 more factions. The recently self-aware robots of the Mechatron Hive and psionically gifted and secretive humans of the Nova cult. They're all the same game equipment in this box, including 5 more scenarios, but the real draw is rules and pieces for expanding the base game into a 4-way cluster of shooting, wings, tusks, and bulging brain powers. The miniatures are all sculpted by Alejandro Murillo's Martin and Daniel Bluelsch, and according to Free League, were sun dropped at the factory. Sun dropping is a painting technique that allows you to see plenty of sculpt details on otherwise unpainted or base coated figures, meaning you don't need to bust out the brushes and pots for these to look good on your table. Pre-orders for Mutant Year Zero, Zone Wars, core set, and first expansion box are now available on Free League's website. No exact date when pre-orders will ship was provided, but it's likely very close, if not before the game's June the 4th street date. Well, as you know, Free League have looked after me on this channel, and if you've seen my other unboxing video where they just sent me a bucket load of stuff, like a couple $100 worth of books for the Alien RPG, for no reason whatsoever, just the fact that they'd seen the channel and I was playing the game. Brilliant. No expectations of what to do with it. Just stuck in my pocket. In fact, I did a giveaway of the starter set during one of the games, and you may see me doing that again before too long when we get to Heart of Darkness scenario. But yeah, absolutely brilliant. I really do like this company. Their games are simple, and even though I haven't played Mutant Year Zero, I've really enjoyed reading it. It's a fascinating world, and actually the various character classes and how you put it together. So if you've no intention of actually playing the game, just reading the book sometimes quite cool. But there you go. So it just leaves me to say, keep up to date with the channel, do the type of clicky things, and until next time, keep it creepy, keep it horrific.